You're listening to Midlife No Crisis with Katie and Katie.
Just two midlife mates in their 40s, no filters and plenty of laughs. A funny, honest podcast about friendship, women, and surviving midlife.
Enjoy your listen and don't forget to subscribe so you have access to all our future episodes. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi again.
Hello, welcome to Crisis Talks. We're back with Pat.
Hello, I'm back
Pat's-
again.
You stuck with us.
Can't get
Hello,
rid of
yeah.
me.
I mean, I'm thinking a regular guest slot at this rate,
Yeah,
So,
anything for
Crisis.
you guys. You're fabulous.
Oh, see.
Oh, thank you.
I want to be part of the gang.
You can. We love it.
Come and join.
Well, to be fair, I mean, here we go off on another tangent. But to be fair, when Katie's in Australia, I am looking for guest hosts. I mean, we've not talked about that yet, but
Oh,
we should maybe
Yeah,
launch that little idea now, shouldn't we?
yeah.
not if hang on. What if you want a replacement then?
Well, if
If you
you
want
want.
to replace me, I have to be let down very gently.
Yeah.
Oh, you did say she was sensitive.
I know she's been very sensitive this week. She's not normally like this.
I'm
Um,
definitely not.
it's not a permanent replacement. You know this. We've talked about this. You are buggering
You
off
could
for
never be
4 weeks after all.
replaced.
I'll do one from Australia.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a live
Yeah.
in Australia one, but we
Yeah.
are looking. So while Katie's away, there are a couple of weeks where, rather than having a whole 4 weeks off, we thought maybe we could have a couple of guest hosts. Pat, I think I see it happening.
Yeah, I
Do
think
it.
that's a good idea.
I
Yeah,
love
me
it.
too. Do it.
Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
getting
Make your
carried
names
away
down.
now.
Right. So, Crisis Talks is where we dig into a little bit more about what we've talked about in the main episode and kind of just give it a bit more detail. And I think we did a lot of detail in the main episode, but I thought it would be nice to maybe pick out a couple of topics that we know are pretty relevant for the people that listen to the podcast, while we've got the opportunity with Pat and maybe talk about those a bit more, if that's okay with you, Pat.
Yeah, I'll
Excellent.
try my best.
I keep looking at myself in the camera. I can see how red my cheeks are. I think I might be having a mini flush.
Why
Um,
not as well? I was thinking that.
oh yeah.
I am, but I'm sat next to the radiator and it was cold when I
Oh,
started and,
Oh.
and it's hot now.
Well, I was going to start doing this, and then I remembered we're putting this episode on YouTube. That's probably not a good look, is it?
my mug's got happy written on it as well. Happy.
Ah, what? Where's your? What did you have? Your initial mug, which wasn't your initial.
Oh, A.
It
Yeah.
had an A
I had
on
an
it.
A
Yeah.
on it. So it was
Yeah.
facing the wrong way when I bought it.
Oh
Man.
man.
Oh, no.
Oh man, right, let's get into it then. So, a couple of things that we wanted to talk about, but I think one of the things that's dead relevant, we talked right at the beginning of the year in one of our episodes about New Year's resolutions, and we were both quite cynical about New Year's resolutions and don't make them ourselves. And we're now at the end of January, right at the end of the January kind of blip as we record this, and I guess a lot of people have got to the end of January and probably fallen off their New Year's resolution wagon already. I think
99%.
99%. There is
No.
like a stat, isn't there, that 98
Yeah.
people, 98% of
Yeah.
people don't follow them through. Um, although I spoke to someone today who did dry January and feels so good on it that they've
Oh,
extended it to 100-day dryness. So
that's good.
yeah, I think that's good. I was
Yeah.
impressed with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
gave
good.
her
Well
a
done, that
applause.
person.
Yeah. Um, so, Pat, what do you think when we're looking at setting goals, something that's not a New Year's resolution, but if someone's got to the end of January and they're feeling a bit disillusioned and they've not completely given up chocolate for life or completely given up drinking or crisps or whatever they think they're giving up. What do you think? Where should people start?
I think what's important is that we're kind to ourselves. And I think sometimes when we set ourselves goals, sometimes we can maybe set them really, really big.
Mm,
And then when we fall at the first hurdle, and again, kind of talking about people that I work with who maybe are suffering with low mood or low confidence, low self-esteem, when they fall at the first hurdle, it can become all or nothing. So instead of it just being one day, or I was on a diet and I wasn't eating chocolate and I had a biscuit, so sod it, I'll eat the whole packet,
hmm
that we're just a little bit kinder to ourselves. Um, so I think that, we don't have to be black and white in our thinking. We can have a day and then we can start again
hmm
and, change that kind of mindset around um, setting that goal. And I think small, manageable goals, so we can have, a 6 week plan, but we really, really need to whittle that down to what are we going to do tomorrow. So I was speaking to someone about this a couple of days ago, that they want to change from, I don't know, a size 16 to a size 12. Well, that type of goal is quite unrealistic. And we've all heard about SMART targets, but what's your first step in that? And when we had the conversation and whittled it right down, the first step was writing a shopping list. And kind of before that, the step was looking at some meal ideas. So there's meal prep, there's a shopping list, there's recipes, there's all sorts. Before we get anywhere near dropping dress sizes, so what's the little barriers in the way to get that? And what happens when we start doing little things? We then get little wins. So then we get little dopamine hits and we feel pleased and we get more motivated. And if we can be pleased with the little wins, we want to go on and do the next one.
mm.
So little tiny goals, I think, are better
Yeah.
than great big whoppers.
Yeah, because I think that's the problem with the New Year's resolution, isn't it? We talked about this a little bit, and it's kind of people go in with I'm going to lose 6 stone, or I'm going to be, I don't know, completing a marathon in a month, or and they always go in with these massive, massive goals, and you're never going to succeed with that, are you? You're always going to fall over with something so big. So
Yeah,
that makes really good sense.
yeah. There's a little diagram somewhere. It's called, it sounds really cheerful. It's called the Valley of Despair.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
And when we start off with a goal, or sometimes it could be when we start a new job,
Mm,
and we're all optimistic and we're up here and everything's wonderful. And as time moves on, reality kicks in,
Mm.
and we can end up in this little valley where it's like really, really bad. And we kind of need to put the little steps in there that we can do to get out of that.
mm,
We've probably been there at different points with different situations in life where everything seems wonderful and all of a sudden it's too much.
mm.
The little steps to get out of the despair.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, when we were talking about our retirement, when we were talking in our retirement episode about, steps towards what you're going to do next. And I guess kind of even going back to what you were saying about your life change and what you did, it is about doing it in small steps and stages, isn't it? And, I mean, you're not going to give up your job tomorrow or I'm not going to give up, I'll use me as an example, and become a florist the next day. So you have to do it in small steps. I'm not going to do that, by the way, if my boss is listening. Um, not yet,
Really?
anyway. Um, but you have to put the building blocks in place, don't you? So you have to learn the skill, and then you have to develop the skill, and then you have to, start to get people to want whatever you're producing, and then you can kind of I'm not going to go from today as me to tomorrow as a like an internationally famous florist. But it is a bit a bit like these podcasts. We're just small steps, aren't we? We just keep
Yeah.
making them, consistency, and people keep downloading them, like 1,000 people have.
It's amazing. I'm not surprised.
It's quite scary when you think about it. Um,
Yeah.
For
okay,
them.
that's really interesting on goals.
I think it's interesting what you're saying about being kind to yourself, though. I think that's really important because people just are, especially women our age,
Hmm.
are just really not very kind to ourselves at all. And it's often you do say, would you speak to your friends like that? Like the way you're speaking to yourself in your head, would you say those words to your friends?
Hmm.
And you wouldn't.
No.
You know,
No,
like, oh, you lazy
absolutely not.
cow, get off the sofa, or you haven't done this, and you haven't done that, and you should have done this. And you wouldn't. You would encourage your friends. So it's
Hmm.
like, you need to speak to yourself in a nicer way.
I wonder where
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
starts. Like, why do we start doing that? Why do we start talking to ourselves in such a negative way? I'm not asking that you could answer the
I don't
question, but
know.
I suppose but it's so common, isn't it? I mean, we talked in the body image episode, and I said
Mm.
it semi-jokingly, but semi-serious. I look in the mirror and think, God, you're a fat ugly cow. And I laughed, and I do laugh again. But do you know what I mean? It's like that you've got this little voice, and I know I'm not, but it's like, where is this voice coming from? Who's talking?
Yeah.
Like it's so bad.
It's as interesting as well when you see this online as well as when you used to look at pictures of yourself and I'm so fat.
Mm.
And then you look at yourself a year later and you go, I thought I was fat then. I wish I was that fat now. And completely skewed. And I don't know what we're measuring it against.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Something in our imagination, probably.
Mm. The best thing that happened to me was reading glasses because now I can't see any pictures properly. So when I look at them, it's like, oh, I don't look too bad. Just I won't look at it too closely.
Oh dear. You're both
Yeah.
beautiful.
Ah, everyone
Um,
is, isn't everyone's different,
that's
aren't they?
it.
It's just yeah, just your
Yeah.
There you
brain
go.
working against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it does at 3 a.m. in the middle of
Yes.
the night
Yeah.
when you
Well,
wake up and you even make things up, don't you, at that time in the morning? And when you wake up, I like create things in my mind that aren't even
mm,
there. I'm thinking, oh, it's terrified. Oh
I
God, what's
do.
going on? Oh. It's not even real. I would get up in the morning at like 6 or 7 and think, what on earth
Yeah,
was that all about?
I do that all the time.
Why do we do that? Pat, why do we do that?
Oh
Why do we
yeah.
do that?
Oh, we've got you here.
I think it's just anxiety. I think that part of your brain that's got the amygdala in it, the emotional
Mm.
part, and that just sees things from the worst perspective. Um, so
So
I
how do
think
you stop that? Not well, or how do you, what's your solution, should I say?
so. One of the relaxation tracks, so if people are listening to the
Right,
end and they
yeah.
can get, some people put that on in the night. It doesn't obviously have to be my relaxation track, which obviously is wonderful to listen to my dulcet tones at three
It is.
o'clock in the
I
morning.
can vouch for it. It's very
Um,
good.
but I think keeping your stress bucket emptier during the day
Mm,
with the four
mm,
P's, like we talked about in the previous
yeah.
episode, um, that helps. So that's kind of like prevention from waking up in the night,
Mm,
is trying to keep that stress bucket empty. Listening to the track before bed will help you get off to sleep. And if you're still waking up in the night, um, the track or a relaxation could go on again, but you could do some breathing exercises. So
mm,
when you wake up and if, like you say, your brain's starting to kick in, and we
mm.
talked about our imagination, how powerful it is, and
Yeah.
how through doing nothing we can then start getting a racing heart rate, or our breathing can increase, so we can start getting sweaty palms, all from our imagination. So you could use a breathing technique in the
Mm,
night to, it will counteract the the symptoms that you're getting. So when these symptoms start and we release cortisol and adrenaline, a breathing technique would activate the parasympathetic nervous system counteract what's going on. So something as simple as, I like a box breathing technique. Anyone that follows me on this social media, I think I love it so much because sports people use it. And I think with my PE teaching background,
Yeah.
I'm not a sports person, I'm a PE teacher, but I like it. So the box breathing technique, we could try it now on the screen. You breathe in for a count of 4 through your nose. So you could go up the left-hand side, and if you imagine your lungs filling gradually for the 4 seconds, and then along the top, you would hold that breath for 4 seconds. And then as you come down the other side, you would squeeze that air out through your mouth for 4 seconds. And then you would hold it for 4 seconds. Now, you guys have done this with me as we go along. When you first practice, you should maybe do it for 2 or 3,
Okay.
because if you're not used to doing it, you can get a little dizzy.
Is it?
It's
But that
amazing.
box,
The
that
power of
box,
breathing is
Oh, it
amazing,
is.
isn't it? Like
Yeah.
I've not done very much of it, but I've watched a couple of Wim Hof things. Wim Hof, that's his name, isn't
Yeah, yeah.
it? And then I did like on one of my fitness apps, they've got like breathing classes, and I've done a couple on there, and it's like a 25-minute breathing exercise, and it's a bit Wim Hofy, but I felt amazing after I'd done it. It was
Yeah.
like the weirdest sensation, and I couldn't believe that I felt that good just off breathing. And just,
yeah,
I've
it's
done a Wim Hof class,
have you?
breathing class. Yeah, my friend does it. Yeah.
Mm,
It is
actually
amazing.
need
You
to
feel,
try.
oh, it's
yeah,
honestly, you do feel amazing at the end of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it is quite
It,
like it kind of connects you to kind of emotions, I suppose, doesn't it? I know
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he did like a celebrity program probably a couple of years, more than a couple of years ago, years and years ago. I remember watching it, and there were quite a few people when he was doing his breathing techniques with people were crying, and it was because it
Yeah.
kind of allowed, I guess it allowed that connection in your brain. I mean, I don't really understand it well enough, but it's so powerful.
Sometimes I think when we just stop and we just pause, I think maybe that emotion maybe just comes out.
Mm.
Um,
But
this
you
the
can,
box breathing technique is used by Navy SEALs. It gets used by, like I said, sports performers, first responders, because their brain, when the cortisol and the adrenaline gets released, it will be flooded with that, and then all the kind of blood will rush to the head.
Mm.
So the box breathing will calm all that down. So maybe not necessarily creating that emotional response. It was, that was maybe the purpose of that breathing exercise you were doing, to release some
Yeah.
emotions. Um,
I've done
so
it with my friend taught me this. It was just like breathing in, just to fill your lungs, and then when you breathe out, it's like you're blowing a feather along a table.
Mm.
Imagine you're blowing a feather on a table, and that when you like in the middle of the night when I used to wake up, used to really help me.
Well,
yeah,
they use it. So, a colleague of mine has a problem with her heart, and her every so often she gets this massively increased heart rate, and it happened in work. Oh, God, probably about 12 months ago. And luckily, we worked just down the road from Bolton Hospital, so I took her to A&E because she wasn't very well. Um, and what the doctor got her to do initially, whilst they were working out and doing the tests and stuff, is literally that, just to bring her heart rate down because it was up in the
Mm.
180s. It was ridiculous, like you'd
Oh
been
no.
running around the block 15 times. And it
Mm.
was literally, it's a breathe in and blow out through a straw, and breathe in and blow out through a straw. And even without the drugs and before she had the drugs, that started to bring her heart rate
Yeah,
down. So
it's amazing.
it's true. And just a little advert for Pat's socials as well. So you put something, in fact, I think you put it on a few days ago, but I only saw it last night, about um that mindful, like, relax your shoulders, unclench your
Mm.
jaw, you know,
yeah.
and I read it and I thought, oh shit, yeah, my shoulders were up here. Oh, God, like
I think mine have been up here all night doing this.
that.
I'm going on YouTube now.
Yeah, we
I
should
think
have all
as
done
well,
some box breathing, shouldn't we, before we
yeah,
start?
I know I should be doing it. I think as well with the other thing, it's you're obviously creating some chemical reaction. I'm no scientist, but you because you're playing with the carbon dioxide and the oxygen. But
Mm,
what you're also doing, we talked about this in the previous episode, was distraction. You're
mm,
taking your mind
Yeah.
away from, oh my God, my heart rate's high, oh my God, this to concentrate breathing out through a straw. And I
mm,
think that's the thing when people have panic attacks, they get this sense of impending doom and how hard it must be to go on to think, God, I'm going to die, or I can't breathe. To
mm.
having something to focus on
Yeah.
is a distraction. So
Yeah.
it's that there's several things happening at one time when you do a breathing technique
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
that's
it's
beneficial.
just
Do you,
remembering to do it, isn't it, as well?
well,
And
yeah.
this is what I talk to clients about with obviously touch on to the sport and things again, or like a drama or a dance thing. If you were doing a performance, you would rehearse and you would practice so that you did it, you performed at your optimum. So if you are someone that suffers with symptoms of anxiety, you should be practicing these things when you don't need them,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
it will help you stay at a level of calm
Hmm.
and in control. And obviously, if you do get to that point where it does start to happen, you'll be better at you doing it.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
be more natural as opposed
Oh,
to
it's almost like
waiting.
a habit. It becomes, it's like a habit
Yeah,
forming thing, isn't
absolutely.
it?
Habit. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just going to
yeah.
start breathing. I can feel myself
I
getting
can
worked up.
feel
I'm going to
that. I need to
breathe.
do it
Yeah.
in the car on the way into work in the morning. You
Mm,
can do it. Not too
yeah.
much relaxation in the car.
no, no, no.
Yeah. It needs to be more normalized, though, doesn't it? Taking a big deep breath and sitting there, it needs to be kind of
Well, you
normalized.
sometimes realize, I sometimes sit there and think, I don't think I've breathed for a while.
You'd
Like, oh, dear me.
be blue.
Hey?
So with your girls, because your girls are both doing their GCSEs, aren't they?
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people that I know, their children are also in like GCSE hell. Do you encourage them to like do relaxation or anything like that? Or are they all
The
right
mention of
not to be stressed?
GCSE, I need that straw.
Actually, well, yeah, for you two as well. That's it. It's relaxation for you and you.
Some gas in here.
Oh,
Feel like I'm gonna bust
oh,
again.
it's awful, isn't it? It is awful.
It really, honestly,
Yeah.
I've done 24 years of year 11 GCSE in school. Give me a full class of students doing a GCSE than one child
Daughter.
in my house. She's not bothered, it's me that's bothered, just for
Yeah.
clarity.
That's it. I was checking in, so Freya's just finished her mocks and she's quite chill, Freya. She's very relaxed. And I would
Mm,
check in with her, try and check in with her as much as possible. Are you okay? Like, and she was so relaxed. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, I've done all my notes, I'm okay. And then she's had tonsillitis this week, but she's also got a bit of a problem with her jaw, which is she's had for a while. It's not new. Um, and the dentist has said that she's probably clenching it more because she's stressed with her exams. And I said, but you didn't seem like you never told me you were stressed. You didn't seem stressed. She went, of
mm,
course I was stressed. I was doing exams. I was like, I don't know what to do with that because I can't make her tell me when she's feeling stressed.
no.
But how do you help them? Like, how do you help them relax? How do you encourage them to just try and take a break and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's I think these breaks are really important, and I think getting out and getting walks and getting fresh air, but trying to tell teenagers to do anything is like
Mm,
trying to
Mm,
push a big boulder up a hill. So
yeah.
but I think that's why people end up sending their children to see me, because the kids listen
yeah.
to other people's more than they listen to their own parents. So
Yeah.
I think if we can manipulate something they need to listen to online that tells them to do it, they're more
Yeah.
Mm.
inclined to
Yeah, you're
listen.
right. Yeah.
Which really it's frustrating, I think, as a parent myself, but then listening to other parents, they're frustrated because we they don't always communicate.
Mm.
So we're trying to do as much as we can. But
Mhm.
I think as well, thinking back to when we were that age, we were left to get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah. definitely.
But
Oh yeah.
it was a whole different setup. I mean, a G a GCSE period now can have up to pushing 25 exams
Yes, yeah.
Mm.
in a
Oh, it's ridiculous.
5 or 6 week period. It's absolutely crazy. So I
Yeah.
think one of the things again I think mentioned is kind of prevention of, I think good preparation is key. And I think that's why I'm getting worked up now, because I want her to start creating these good habits, like you were saying, creating that
Mm.
habit of a little and often,
Yeah.
rather than getting to a crisis point of now I need to cram everything
Mm.
in, because it's just impossible to cram.
It
You
is,
know, there's too much to do to leave it to the last
Mm.
minute.
and
Yeah.
they've got too much distraction. I mean, we talked about phones, didn't we? And I mean, I talked about this in the last episode, I think. Freya sits there with the TV on, a phone on a chat call, someone talking to someone, revising. And I need to somehow explain to her that that's not possible, that one of those things isn't working, and it's most likely to be the revision because you can't do three
Mm.
things at once.
I think the brain is so used to that permanent noise.
Mm,
You know, that permanent busyness. If you think that, oh, you see a lot of kids on the bus and they've got their bud in, they're listening to music, they're having a conversation at the same
Yeah.
time. It blows my mind.
mm.
If someone's sitting tapping a pen whilst I'm trying to
Concentrate.
listen, I can't cope with it.
Chewing.
Yeah, chewing. Oh
Oh,
God, yeah.
don't even get. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I think when people come to me, it's good, healthy hygiene, sleep habits. But the people that come to me, and this is just kind of picking up on this, I'm never telling them what to do.
Mm.
Mm.
You got to
Yeah.
People
show them,
don't
haven't you?
people don't like
Yeah.
to be told what to
Mm.
do.
No.
So you
Someone
need to kind of suggest and
someone did a really
let
good
them
thing
think
for
it's their
me.
idea.
Someone did a really good thing for me, which was to show me. I think I was when I moved jobs, or I can't remember. I had like a coach helping me, and we were talking about multitasking. And she said, I'm going to prove to you that multitasking isn't possible. She said, I know you think you're really good at it because you're spinning all these plates, but you're not doing everything well. So, and she did this thing, and I can't remember what she did now. And if I could remember it, I might do it to Freya. But it was either I was reading something, she was reading something out loud, and something else was happening, and I had to write down what she was saying. And it was impossible because there was a distraction, and you couldn't focus on the
Mm.
words that she was saying. I can't remember, I can't recall what it was, but it was a really good way of proving that what Freya's trying to do doesn't work. So I might try and look that
Mm.
up and do that
Well,
with her.
let me know. Share
I
that.
will do, yeah. I will do.
Yeah, share that. I was reading as well, like about like we mentioned before, about the sleep and how they're taking in so much knowledge at school that they need that REM sleep to kind of process it and put it into their computer and
Mm,
and store it. And alcohol is a thing as well, because I think when kids are getting to this age, they're
mm,
starting to go out and they're starting to
Mm.
experiment with alcohol, and alcohol it is impactful, negatively impactful on the REM
Mm.
sleep. So all these things are kind of coming together at once alongside
Yeah.
hormones and everything else. So,
oh God, yeah.
um, and I think the difficult thing is we know what we want them to do: phones
Yeah.
away, sleep, little chunks of revision, so they get, they're feeling positive about what they're doing, but they've got to want
Yeah.
to
Mm,
Well, as
do
a
that.
mum who's done it twice, it's all right. It turns out all right. And you will have put the work in and you will have modelled it already.
yeah,
They will already know what they've got to do because they do it. And I went through the same thing. Oh, they're not doing enough. Oh, da, 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 da. And actually, when it came to it, they knew what they had to do
yeah,
and they did it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Can I just mention something here? Because I've not spoken about this yet. And I think it could be a useful time to mention it. So when we talked before about creating new neural pathways and trying to focus on the positives, at this time for GCSE students, and they're so busy, and I think they're kind of getting hammered at school. It could be like 5 lessons a day. Your GCSEs are in 16 weeks and 5 days and 4 hours and and it's like trying to ask them what's been good in the school day can
mm,
be really, really difficult. But and I've not succeeded at this yet, but it's a really good technique. And one of my clients has actually come today, and she said, I've tried this with one of my friends, and I do it with one of my friends. So it's like positivity, call it positivity tennis. Did I talk about this on the other one that
I think we tried
didn't?
a bit of positivity tennis, didn't we, on the last one?
We did.
Oh yeah, we did.
So yeah, we did. And it sounds really, really cheesy, but it's really, really useful.
Mhm.
And if anybody can get their teenager to do it, even one person, it's worth it. Because when my client arrived today and we did it in session so we could practice it, and she tried it, her friend then said, can we do that again? Because it was really useful. And I
Oh,
was like, yeah, it's so good. So positivity tennis is kind of talking about what's been good. So
Yeah.
instead of just kind of focusing on the negatives of the day or the week, we try and find something that's been good in the day. So if I was to say, do something today that's been good, I could say I went and met my friend for a cuppa to discuss something work-wise. So I've got clarity on what I need to do.
hmm
So then I could pass that on to Katie Harris. What's been
hmm
good for you today?
I have had a clear afternoon with no meetings, so I've smashed my to-do list and I've prepped my planning for next week so that I've got a busy couple of days at the start of the week, so that I'm not going into those chasing my tail and I feel ready for whatever's coming.
That's good. You've probably covered about 3 or 4
Yeah,
things,
I know,
good
sorry.
things there. No, no, that's
I've had a
fine.
really good
That's
day.
fine. Sometimes when we clump it all together as one big thing, we're missing the little wins in there.
Yeah, true. That's true, actually.
You,
Yeah.
you, you know, it's like when you break it all down, you've done a lot
Mm.
there. Katie Curry, what's been good?
I've had a nice day. I went to the gym, had a lovely walk, came back, cleaned my house, feel like I'm all organized and in order.
Yes.
Again, loads of good things,
Yeah,
good things there when we break it
yeah.
down. And what we've got to notice as well is when we're feeling good and feeling positive, it's easy to find them. But
Mm.
sometimes when you're working with people or our children,
Yeah.
when we're feeling negative and down, it's really hard to
Yeah.
find them. So we gently need to, what a little thing I did today, and I don't do it all the time, but I'm trying my best to be encouraging and positive. Because I just bought a Valentine candle for Lois tonight, and I was
Oh.
like, bought you this from Aldi. She was really pleased.
Oh.
Oh,
So well, that would be my what's been good, but school's
Oh.
tough for them at
yeah.
the minute.
Yeah, it is.
So
Oh,
anyway, we're
Yeah.
going again. What else has been good, Katie?
What else has been good? Today particularly, I can't remember what my day's been. Oh, it was one of the team's 40th birthday at work. So we had a pizza party at lunchtime and that was nice.
Good. Some
oh,
positive interactions there.
hmm
Nice. Katie?
my, my son was very cheerful today, which is a win on its own. He was. He was really happy and cheerful, and he was like,
Oh,
it was nice spending time with him. I spent a couple of hours with him today,
oh, that's good.
which is rare, and it was really nice. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, little games like that are nice, but some people are more open to it than others. But I do it with my friends sometimes. I used to the way so doing your positives is something that happens in a one-to-one session with clients all the time. So we call it emptying the bucket. So every time somebody tells me something that's been good, we take a ball out of the stress bucket.
Mm.
Um, but then after I lost my mum, I used to speak to my mum in the car every morning on the way to work. So driving to work every day, it was even now in the car, it's still like that kind of templates in your
Yeah.
brain that I get into the
Oh,
car and I think I'll ring my mum. So I started speaking to one of my friends instead of it. She was made up. So, but then she's like, here she is on the phone again. Um, but because we were driving to work different direct, heading to the same place. And obviously you're talking about work, so it can become a bit of a moan. So once I started learning about this, I said, let's have a game of positivity tennis. And she's like, okay then. Um, so we'll still do that now and again.
Mm.
And it really can change your mood. So I phoned her up the other week and said, oh, can we do some of this? And she goes, I'm not going to lie to you, Patsy. She said, it's been a really week.
Mm.
But by the time we'd played some tennis, we were feeling really positive.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
just
not
need
as
a
bad.
less
I
cheesy
like
name
it,
for
yeah.
it.
Mm. Right, I'm going to try that with the kids. I'm afraid we've run out of time, you know.
Ah,
This just flying by, isn't it? I love this. Could
yeah.
literally sit here for hours and ask loads of questions. Um,
Well,
but
I'd rather we didn't because I really feel like I've been in a GCSE oral exam.
Are we that bad?
No, it's like
Imagine if,
pressure.
imagine if we were interviewing.
I know, yeah. Oh God, I have been interviewing this week. I asked some really good
Oh, there
questions.
you go.
Um, All right, well, so just a reminder to everyone that if they've loved listening to these episodes, that they can go and find Pat on her social media or on her website, and we'll put everything in the show notes to go and find her. And if you get in touch and mention us, then Pat will give you a 20% discount on your first discovery session, which is really, really generous. So thank you for that, Pat. Um, and yeah, I think all's left to say is thank you so much. It's been
Thank you.
amazing. I've loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm so
for
happy that
having
we've
me
hit
on.
record. I can't tell you. I won't be waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning going, oh,
Oh
I need to take
no.
another picture of the winning because the last one, Katie was upside down.
oh
Are
God,
we
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
ready?
Yeah, thank you.
Say cheese.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you for being on. And
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's lovely
keep
to see you
your
both.
keep
Speak
your
to you.
calendar clear for March when you come on as a guest host.
It might be
God.
easier then if we can just talk about whatever, no
We'll talk about
pressure.
shit, don't worry. I'll take you down a
That's
garden
much
path.
easier to talk about some shit.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thanks, Pat. And Katie Curry, I'll
Thank
see
you.
you
I'll
in a
see you
week.
on Tuesday.
Oh no, I'll see you on Tuesday. We've not talked about that. Well, we're gonna have
I'll
to go
see you
for
on
one next
Tuesday.
time. But that's
Real
exciting.
life.
We'll see you in real life. Am I bringing my microphone?
IRL. What's that? No,
Am
I'm
I
not
bringing my
bringing my
microphone?
microphone. No, we're not doing that, are we? We'll have to just do it on the phone.
Okay. All right.
Just do
Cool.
a random video.
All right, my darling. Well, I'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday. Thank you for listening.
And don't forget to subscribe for access to all our future episodes. And please get in touch with us. We're on Instagram, midlife_no crisis_pod. And we're on Facebook, Midlife No Crisis. We'd love to hear from you soon. See you next time.